This video is about order of operations, or as I like to call it, OO, although I guess you could call it OOO or triple O or O if you really wanted. So why is OO important? OO is important because in math, if we all don't follow the same rules, then how do we know who has the correct answer? If my answer is 2 and your answer is 3, who has the correct answer? Well, if I follow the rules and you didn't, my 2 is correct and your 3 is incorrect, right? So that's why this concept is important, so we can all universally agree on which answer is correct. You need to remember this acronym Pemdas. A lot of teachers use the expression, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, to help you remember the order of these operations. You can make up your own sentence, it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, you got to remember the order of these letters because they represent these operations. You always do the operation parentheses first, exponents after parentheses. It gets a little trickier down here because multiplication and division are actually equivalent from left to right. That's what this means. So you're not always going to do multiplication then division. If division comes first on the left and multiplication comes later on the right, you're actually going to do division first and multiplication second, and vice versa. So if multiplication's first on the left, division second on the right, then you're going to do it in that order. So finally, we have addition and subtraction. We have the same rule as with multiplication and division. These two operations are also equivalent from left to right. So subtraction comes first on the left, and addition comes second on the right. You're going to do subtraction first and addition second, or vice versa. Let's do some examples to help you understand. Let's say we have 6 divided by 2 times 3, right? So if you were to blindly say, oh, I'm going to do multiplication first and then division second, you would say, oh, I'm going to do 6 divided by 6, and that would equal 1, right? But what if you understand this rule right here? You understand, oh, I'm not supposed to do multiplication first. I'm actually supposed to do the division first, but let's just type this in first. Times 3 equals. So then you know you're supposed to do the division first. 6 divided by 2 is going to be 3, times 3 is equal to 9. So one of these is correct and one of these is wrong. So which one's correct? The 9 is correct and the 1 is wrong because you didn't follow this rule. So the 9 is correct. So here, let's do an example for addition and subtraction. What if we have 1 minus negative 2 plus 3, right? So if you were to blindly do addition first, you would say negative 2 plus 3 is going to be 1 minus negative 2 plus 3 is 1. And 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. But if you were to use this rule here, you would understand, oh, you're not supposed to do the addition first. You're actually supposed to do the subtraction first, right? So if we did that, that would look like this. So 1 minus negative 2, hopefully you understand 2 negatives in a row is a positive. So that becomes 1 plus 2 plus 3. And 1 plus 2 would be 3, plus 3 would equal 6, right? So one of these answers is correct and one of these is wrong. So which one's wrong? The 0 is wrong, right? Because you didn't follow this rule again. And this 6 is correct because we did follow this rule. This problem is 3 plus 10 divided by 2. What do we do first? According to Pemdas, we do parentheses first, but there's no parentheses, so the parentheses is done. E is exponents. Are there any exponents? There's no exponents, so exponents are done. But when you get to multiplication, you have to remember multiplication and division are equivalent from left to right, so you actually want to look for both of those simultaneously. Is there any multiplication or division? Well, actually, there's no multiplication, so the M is basically done. There is division. So in fact, we're actually going to end up doing division first because none of these other ones really exist, right? So 10 divided by 2 is going to be what? So 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. So the 3 and the plus just stay there. So we just do 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we get, what, 3 plus 5? Since that's the last operation, that's pretty much what we're going to do. 3 plus 5 is 8. But if you had more than one operation here, you would look at addition and subtraction simultaneously to see which one you would do first from left to right. Okay, so let's change this problem slightly and see if you can deal with the modification, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the parentheses for the addition part, and the division comes after that. So according to Pemdas, what do we do first? Parentheses. Well, here you go, parentheses right there. 3 plus 10 is what? 13, right? So we have 13 divided by 2. And again, that's the last operation. So at that point, we know we pretty much have to do division, even though we didn't really look at exponents or multiplication, right? It's the last one. That's what we got to do, which ends up being like 6.5. In this example, I tried to put a little bit of everything. We have a subtraction sign here. This caret symbol means this 3 is an exponent, so this means 2 to the 3rd power. This is division sign. We have parentheses here, another subtraction here, addition here, and this asterisk means multiplication. So according to order of operations, what do we do first? P parentheses. So we have 1 parentheses here, so we're going to do that first. But that means you're going to keep everything else unchanged. So we don't change the 1 minus 2 to the 3rd divided by what? Well, what's 7 minus 5? That's going to be 2 plus what? 4 times 3. Notice how I only changed the parentheses part because that's what we're supposed to do first. All the parentheses are done now. So now we do what? Exponents. Do we see any exponents? Yes, right here. It's 2 to the 3rd. So we're going to do 1 minus what's 2 to the 3rd? It's going to be 8 divided by 2 plus 4 times 3, right? So are all the exponents done? Yes. So next we do multiplication and division, but remember, you have to look at these collectively because these two are equivalent from left to right. So we actually see, division comes first on the left. We actually see there's a multiplication here on the right. So we're actually going to do that in that order. We're going to do this division first, and then we're going to do the multiplication second. So we have the 1 minus, well, what's 8 divided by 2? It's going to be 4 plus 4 times 3, right? So now that we finished the division, now we can do the multiplication. So we get 1 minus 4 plus 4 times 3 is going to be 12, right? So finally, we have the last two operations, addition and subtraction. Remember, these two are also equivalent from left to right. So we actually see the subtraction come first on the left, addition comes second on the right. So we're actually going to do it in that order. So 1 minus 4 is what? Negative 3 plus 12. And so we're basically left with this last operation, addition. So negative 3 plus 12 is going to be what? 9. So our final answer, our simplified expression is going to be 9. If you want more examples, watch my following video. Otherwise, if this one was helpful, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.